Script is being recorded. Welcome, I am Wendy Gonzalez, co-chair of BLP.
I'm Frank Hollis-Agiak, the other co-chair of the committee.
Ingrid Tranco, member.
Cedarinas member.
Genuine, public member.
Stephen Nassett, member.
James McDonald, member.
Sue Burton, member. Sue Burton online. Mike, I see you.
Mike Noble, member.
Harry Keenan, member.
Hey, welcome. So this committee hears applications for liquor licenses and outdoor dining. We will follow the agenda in the order it appears. There's been one change, item 9, 453 West 17th Street has postponed. If you want to be heard and are watching the virtually, going to be heard on any agenda item. When that item is called, please raise your hand and we'll move you over to the meeting so you can address the committee. We will make a recommendation to the full Manhattan Community Board, which will take its own vote on these items at the next meeting, which is on October 1. I want to stress that both this committee and the full board has no power to grant or deny any kind of license. We can only make recommendations. And the licenses are ultimately up to the state liquor authority for liquor licenses and the Department of Transportation for outdoor dining. One more housekeeping thing for the committee and any regular attendees. In November, which is 2 months from now, this meeting's not going to be on the usual date because the usual date is Veterans Day. So it's going to be a week later, Tuesday, November 18th. So that's on the board calendar too, online. If you want to check that, keep that in mind. And that's again November, not October.
Great. We have one more committee member who joined us. Brendan, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hey there, everybody. Brendan McGrath here. You know, it's Wednesday in May. So see y'all.
2 days.
Yeah, ready.
All right, so with that, we will kick off the agenda. Our first section includes our wine, beer, and cider applications. Item number 1 is 813 8th Avenue, 3 Kingdoms BBQ LLC. You are here from that applicant. If you could either come off mute or raise your hand and we got over.
I think that's Sherry. Sherry, could you unmute? There we go.
Hi, yes.
Hi, welcome.
Hi.
You want to tell us a little bit about the application?
Yes, so I cannot hear clear. I will find sorry. So yes, I'm the representative for the 3 Kingdom BBQ LLC. So this one is applied for the restaurant wine and beer license. I'm sorry, so yes.
Just sign paper, sheet there, so agenda.
Jerry, can you still hear us?
I'm sorry, so I just leave the restaurant. It's so noisy inside, so you need ask me any question? I'm sorry.
Sure. Do you want to just tell us a little bit more about the restaurant, just to kind of level set for everybody, for what you're doing? The restaurant. You want to just tell us a little bit about the restaurant?
Hello, can you hear
We
me?
can hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh, okay.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about the restaurant? We have your application, but we'd just love to hear kind of from you a little bit about what you're doing and why you'd like this license.
Sherry, is there anything else you want to?
Yeah, so this one is for the. Hello.
Yep, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Sherry, maybe if you want to turn your video off, that might help. You're having a bandwidth issue.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear clear, so I got a very weak signal here, so I cannot hear. Let me put on the earphone.
Right.
All right, I don't have anything about
So then,
this.
yeah, well, no, I don't have any questions.
No.
No. All right. Janine, do we have anybody from the community with their hand raised?
No, there's no hands up for this item.
Okay. All right, Sherry, I think your application is pretty straightforward. We don't have any further questions, so I'll entertain a
Motion
motion.
to approve.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Okay, fantastic. All right, Sherry. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Please, speak up or raise your hand when we get to what you're.
All right, thank you, Sherry. So that passed. Moving on to number 2, 401 West 47th Street, 3 Kings Hospitality LLC.
Okay, this is one we voted to give a full liquor license to a year ago. And I'm gonna let their representative Mike Kelly explain the saga that occurred here. Welcome, Mike.
So we originally applied for the OP license and were approved by the CB4. We operated with a temporary OP license from September 20th, 2024 to June 23rd, 2025, when it was revoked by the SLA. The space we're operating in had an OP since 1998, and probably prior to that. We're still searching for info. Even though the SLA approved other OP licenses there since 1998, including the business we bought the assets of, they disapproved us because there's a church within 200 feet that opened in 1996. So, and now we're going for a Tavern wine, which the 200-foot rule doesn't affect, and there's no other changes. We also believe the letter of support from the West 47th, 48th Street Block Association was sent to the community board. That's basically it.
So the SLA is demanding proof that it was licensed prior to, I think, 1996 or 1998, when the church opened. And
Yes.
so far, no one, even though everyone believes that this place has been licensed before, that no one's been able to find any documentary proof, including the SLA.
Yes,
So-
they have no records prior to 1998.
So I think the applicant is still looking, the block association believes there was a licensed, fully licensed restaurant there, so they're trying to track down the owner. But in the meantime, they're gonna try to stay open with just a beer and wine license, which is what they're asking us for now. Yeah.
Okay, any questions from the committee? Janine, do you have anybody online with their hand raised?
No, no hands.
Motion. Second. All those in favor? Mine. Alright, that passes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, good luck to them.
All right, our next 2 agenda items are for 196 8th Avenue, Melting Pot, New York LLC. The one part of this application is wine, beer, and cider, and the other is for liquor license, full liquor license as well. So how does that work? Yeah.
I assume I assume they get a temporary permit for a beer and wine license, and a full liquor license, so they want to open with that, and in fact, they're actually being upfront, unlike people who only come in for beer and wine and show up 2 weeks later for a full liquor.
Okay.
Is that anything?
Yes, this is the applicant here. Salvatore?
Yeah, I'm here. So just, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Clarification, Salvatore Ferragamo is not my name. I think there was an error on the application. Our chef's name is Salvatore Olivella. We'll be selling pizzas, not shoes. Just a heads up. But it's nice to meet everybody. I'm a native New Yorker. My name is Alab Vora. I actually have 2 other liquor and beer and wine licenses. Michael Kelly, the gentleman that was just on, actually did those for me about 15 years ago. So I have another restaurant on 38th Street called Lido Pizza. So we have a full liquor license there. For this particular space, our group is just looking to do kind of a casual dining pizza and Italian food, and offer, full liquor license when we can get it. And until then, we'll be doing beer and wine. And yes, as you noted earlier, we're being a little bit more transparent just to expedite the process because our turnaround time is not that long in terms of construction. So we're hoping to get the beer and wine in as quickly as possible so that we can have, somewhat of a normal service until we get a full liquor license.
This is a new restaurant.
I know, it was the thing called, lasagna for a long time.
It's a new restaurant.
Oh,
We
one
don't get a spot.
Yeah,
for
and
lasagna.
they have music. They didn't have music before. I think they have French doors too, lasagna used to have French doors.
What were we asking? Yeah, they do say they're French doors, and they said both closed.
Did you
I didn't hear, was there a question? I'm sorry.
see, yes, the music, so above your restaurant are there apartments? Resident
Yes.
above your restaurant?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's correct.
and are you going to do some soundproofing?
Yeah. Oh, so we already have, as part of our construction, we've completely redone everything inside, including the sound and lighting. But we're not having any live music. Anything that we do is basically going to be, kind of more for ambiance for the restaurant. We're not going to be open super late either. Our plan as of right now is to have our liquor license till 11 o'clock. And even if we are open till 11, our outdoor dining, if and when we get it, hopefully, wouldn't be past 10 o'clock. So, we're preparing to do that. We have applied that with the DOT as well. I'm sure that will come in front of you guys at some point in the next year. But we're looking to add about 20 seats outside as well. Yes.
Can I just ask, you have French doors?
Yes.
Can you just be aware that those have to be closed? It gets pretty noisy on that space. When you have any music or, I forget what time at night, after 10 and 11, they have to be closed.
That's correct. We're aware of that.
Okay, great, thank you.
But thank you. Thank you for the reminder. Yes.
Any other questions or comments from the committee? You need to move anybody online?
Nobody online.
Does anyone want to take a separate note or?
Yeah.
Want to just bundle it? Yeah, right, okay, yeah, was anyone object?
What is that, bundle or not?
Yeah, the two.
Okay.
All those in favor? Yes. Mike, you're in favor? Great, perfect. Okay, that passes on numbers 3 and 4. Good luck.
Great. Thank you guys. Look forward to meeting you all. Take care.
All right. So we are in the full liquor license section, jumping ahead to number 5, Pier 78, 455 12th Avenue, New York City Harbor Tours, Inc. This is a summer seasonal license. Frank and I visited this applicant. Is the applicant on?
Yes.
Perfect.
Good evening, everybody. My name is
Hello.
Ellen Schotten. I'm an attorney with Pazetsky and Bookman representing the applicant, and with me this evening is the operations manager, Eva Lee. This evening, we're here for a summer seasonal on-premises tavern license. We're proposing hours of operation of 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. And this, again, it's a summer license, so it'll only be operational from Memorial Day through Labor Day. There are no internal seats. It's a very small kiosk food snack shack. But it does have 7 tables with 40 seats outside in the external patio, fully contained within the licensed premises. And I do have a couple of updates from the application that was submitted to the board last week. We are removing the live music and DJ, so it will be recorded background music only. And I'm happy to answer any additional questions you may have.
Yeah, so Frank and I visited. It is right on the water. There's no one really that seems to be around that could be bothered by this. They close early, 7 o'clock.
Yes.
There are helicopters often that are landing, like 2 piers down, so that makes the most noise in the area. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I think just an opportunity for them to have some refreshments for folks before or after their tours.
Correct. And it will be open to not just people with tickets for the tours, but also the general public as well.
Yeah, but it's on the sort of river end of the pier, so it's not even near the west side of the highway.
Correct.
Any questions? No, I'm sorry. Janine, do we have anybody online?
Sorry, no hands.
Okay. Motion.
Again.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, perfect. Passes.
All right, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Thank you, too. All right, moving right ahead to number 6. This is 250 West 26th Street, Rawhide LLC.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Donald Bernstein, and I'm here with Bob Fluette. And I don't know if Rob is on as well. There he is. Rob is on as well. So you all, or most of you know, Bob Fluette and Rob Hines. They have been in Community Board 4 for years. They currently have Boxers HK, Hush. They also have Boxers on 20th Street and have owned some other bars over the years in CB4 and other neighborhoods. This is going to be a bar serving the LGBTQ community at 250 West 26th Street. It is a commercial building. The space that they are going to license is totally subgrade. It's in the basement of the commercial building. There is a very long hallway vestibule from the entrance on the street that goes all the way through the building. And then down below, there is a small mezzanine, which is, I guess, at about grade level, but that's all the way in the back of the building. I believe that this was a private members club. I forgot what it was.
Correct.
It was a members club for some period of time. There will be 33 tables and 53 seats with 1 bar and 9 seats. I think we checked bottle service on the questionnaire, but they're telling me that other than beer and wine, there will not be bottle service. Is that right, Bob?
Correct.
Okay. There's a limited menu. There's pizzas and some other light fare. It is not a restaurant with a full kitchen. Bob can talk about it some more, but I think, you know, they've had this presence in Hell's Kitchen for a long time, and the community that serves as mostly their customer base sort of moved up from Chelsea to Hell's Kitchen, and I think there's a desire for Bob and Rob to move back down to Chelsea and serve their customer base down there. The hours will be 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. during the week until 4 a.m. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They will have security. I believe we talked earlier today, in fact, about trying to alleviate traffic coming down on 26th Street by having, Uber notification drop off on the corner of 8th Avenue, because they're only 2 buildings in off of 8th Avenue. So it would help avoid traffic congestion, keep traffic on 8th Avenue, and still allow people to walk the short distance to get to the venue. I think that's all I have. And Bob, Rob, you guys can put a little flavor in it.
Yeah, hi, Bob Fluette. I know a lot of you guys, and I'm sure you know me. We haven't come in a while to you guys because we've been kind of sitting back, kind of looking for something that makes sense. And like I said, if I couldn't dig this one any deeper off the street, so we're really, the vestibule, believe it or not, it's 1 door on the street. It's a solid door, and it goes about 70 feet in. So I think from any kind of noise, any kind of visibility is completely gone. I mean, it really is just an entrance on the door. We're even doing any kind of security checks like ID and stuff we would do inside, so there wouldn't even be a line outside. And again, it's not a big place. Yes, it's probably, I think it's 160 on the existing public assembly, but it's really not a big space. But the way it was run before, we're putting a bar in, we have to put refrigeration in, we've got to put more bathrooms in, so the square foot's going to disappear pretty quickly. So it's not a huge place, but again, the idea of it being off the street, this is what we're looking for, right? Not only that, it's a lower rent, so we're not obligated in any way to find a way to pay the rent, as nicely as I can put that. And we came up with we decided to come up with the name Rawhide, which is, for a lot of our community, is historic, and I think we're really trying to bring it back to Chelsea where it really belongs, a lot of this life, and it's disappeared over the years. We keep losing spaces down there. And I think it was a real opportunity for us to do that. And we felt that, not an obligation, but we felt it was a good idea. And we've got so much community feedback on it that they're excited about bringing the name back, bringing the venue back, but not putting it in the middle of a storefront somewhere and not having to deal with residential above. And, if you look at our venues we have now, we have 2 standalone buildings, which is Hush and building Boxers HK. We have a complete commercial building on 20th Street. And that's why we felt this one was a good fit for us, because we're not in the middle of a residential building. We're going to be as tucked away as you can possibly imagine in the basement, to the point where I don't think anybody would find it unless they're directed to find it. So we think it's a good fit for our community, and we're getting a lot of good feedback, and we want to be able to serve everybody. Thank you.
We did submit a few letters to the community board. We notified all the block associations on your list, and also put up notices on how many buildings, Bob, did you put up? Notices?
Oh, probably between delivery, probably 10, 12, somewhere in that range.
We put notices on buildings describing what we're doing with the hours, with our contact information. We didn't hear from anybody.
So the office got, I think, 9 emails in opposition and 3 in support, which I can summarize, so that at the end, when we see who's here speaking in person.
Donald, you said 4 a.m. Thursday through Sunday, but on your form you have Wednesday till 4 a.m. I just want to clarify.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Wednesday too, Donald.
Wednesday too?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Every day.
So, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, how are you going to manage the exit of the club? First, people who go out and smoke, and then second, the people when everybody leaves, which could become fairly noisy. What management technique are you going to use?
Well, it's a fair question. We've learned a lot in our other venues as well, and I think what works for us is what we call a slow release, right? And again, we're not expecting at 4 a.m. to have 300 people. This isn't a club. This isn't Q. This isn't Hush. This is really more of a bar. So, but again, our community does require today to be open to 4 a.m. It's just the way that our crowd, the younger generation, wants to be out. So what we do at our other locations is we actually stop serving typically around 3:30. We do a cutoff at 3:30, and then we kind of dim the lights up slowly so that people get to exit slowly. So the idea is that you're not pushing everybody out the door at 4 a.m. You're not serving liquor until 3:59 at 4. And it's worked for us in other locations to really help mitigate crowds going out altogether. So we stop selling liquor at 3:30. We turn the lights up. We have people be able to finish their drink and stuff, and then they slowly move out. And like I said, with the long vestibule, again, 60, 70 feet long. Think about that.
And very wide.
Very
it's
wide.
Like a tunnel. It's like a bunker bar with a huge tunnel going in it.
Yeah.
And very, very few of our clientele are smoking these days. So we're kind of lucky on that front. And I think Donald's suggesting to bleed them out to 8th Avenue and have pickups and, car fare over there is helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. And the reality is, like I said, we don't, being able to bleed them out slowly is really what we've done in the past. And with the vestibule, we're not opening double doors of glass or French doors and pushing everybody out the door. It's a much simpler process. Yeah.
So, Bob, I noticed on the security plan, though, you talked about having stanchions and a line on the sidewalk going in. That seems inconsistent with what you're saying.
I apologize. We have a really great security company that does all the locations, and he wrote that up, and I noticed it today that he put that in there. There is no stanchions. Everything is indoor because of the length of it. It doesn't make sense anyway. So we'll have if we're checking IDs, we'll have a guy outside, but we'll have security outside to make sure everything's good. But the security guy checking IDs will probably be 50 feet into the building. So there will be no stanchions. Yeah.
I guess this one might be for Donald. Donald, I ran this through the SLA's lamp feature, and something called the Manor Community Church showed up less than 200 feet away. Did you look into that? Is that
Donald, I can answer that, Donald. Yeah, it was a mistake on the form. Jules is in the office, came back and said it's 54 feet away. It's actually all the way on. So their address is 350 West 26th Street.
On the other side of the avenue.
Oh, they're all the way to the, almost by 10th Avenue. So it was checked out, and then the 500-foot rule or the 200-foot rule, I think we did the reporting on that.
Well, I don't think it's not fair error. I mean, this is the way it shows up on the lap side is like 54 feet away or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
But
there's
it's
nothing
saying
there.
just isn't.
Yeah, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. 54 feet would put you on the corner.
So it's on the same street, it's just more than 200 feet away.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's on it's 350 West 26. We're at 250 or 250. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean anything.
200 feet is not far, so we could cross.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just,
Oh.
250 to 350
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
speak to the distance.
Yeah, it's almost an avenue away. So if you know the numbering system, right, it's about an avenue away. So if you're an avenue away, you're going to be 600 feet away or whatever the avenues are. I think there are three streets, so there's 600 feet between avenues. So it's more. It was checked because that's the first thing that Donald's office flagged, because it was a mistake on the thing. So obviously we wouldn't be sitting here if it was 54 feet away. We're not wasting everybody's time. So we did our research on that one.
Can we talk a little bit about, you mentioned like an Uber pickup area, so that it's not just right in front of the building. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's come to our, I didn't realize we could do it, but it's come to our attention that you can. So when people put in a pickup at our address, the address will show the corner. It won't show the front of our door, it'll show the corner for a pickup location. So apparently we can do that with Uber and stuff like that. So I'm not as tech savvy, but one of my friends who's more tech savvy said you can set it up that way. So when if they request an Uber at our location, it'll have a pickup location on the corner. So that's my understanding, and that's, I like it because I can do that on my other locations as well. So we're looking to do that as well.
Do you know what is at the corner where pickup would be happening? Just trying to like do a Google Street View right now to see if I can figure it out. But
Well, it is a commercial. I think it's commercial on the first floor and then residential above. That's my understanding. So, but again, we're not talking at 60 Ubers picking up in 10 minutes. So it's more about getting people over to 8th Avenue and on their way. And the train station's a block away. I think 27th and 8th is the train station. So
C train's right there.
yeah, kind of moves them along.
I have a map on the questionnaire that says it's a coffee shop on the corner.
Yeah. And like I said, we've got experience on the two of the locations. We deal with the side street on Hush, and I think, the Block Association, if Steve was here, I think he would say, look, we deal with, we handle it very well. This, I think we got a good experience at that. We have 9th Avenue location, and we deal with it pretty good, I think. I know we do, so.
okay. Other questions from the committee? Janine, do we have hands raised online?
Yeah, we have to. I'll bring over Anna and Andrea.
Thank you.
Oh, there's Tom also.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. I don't understand why the applicant that was talking about this building and as a commercial building. There's 3 residential buildings within 50 feet of this location. About 2 years ago, we defeated exactly a similar proposal for exact same reason that he's saying he has a great handle on. It's a narrow street that has a bomb squad across the street that needs that lane. There's lots of residential apartments on the street. I have actually a review of one of his locations, a person who's living above it. Let me read this to you, what she is saying. So this is the 20th Street location from these applicants. As a neighbor living in front of this bar, I can say that this place hates us. They do not care that the guests scream in front of the bar at night every Friday, Saturday at 2, 3, and 4 a.m. Unbearable and disrespectful to the neighbors beyond belief. Only wishing they would close ASAP. This is from 4 months ago. Really, and I have photos, people are hanging out outside of this location on 20th Street and Flatiron, this enterprise cannot belong less to this location that it currently is as proposed. Despite the fact that it has a long corridor, it's a narrow entry, which will have people outside at all hours of the night with residences and residential buildings right next to it. In fact, there's a kindergarten in that same location on the other side of it. I'm so opposed to it. I know everyone in my building is. We're literally 60 feet or 50 feet away from this place or where the entrance would be. There's one lane street. I cannot imagine more noise coming from the cars back and forth on a daily basis when this restaurant is open. They need to find a more central location where there's a wider street that can accept traffic. And the fact that Uber supposedly is going to pick up at the corner, that's just going to create more pedestrian traffic at 3, 4 a.m., 2 a.m. during weekdays when you have people trying to sleep to go to work. I mean, this is obviously going to happen. I have a lot of neighbors that are also writing or wrote letters to the community board. So you should have those.
Yeah, Anna, one question about this kindergarten or preschool you mentioned. I take it that's not a building that is completely used as a school, is that right?
It's Bright Horizons, I believe, on the bottom. There is a veterinary hospital at 250 West 26, which is the same building that this club is, which has pets in there overnight as well. There is a building in front of it, residential building. There is a building next to it, which is us, and there's a building on the other side of it. And the bomb squad is going to occupy a building across.
All right, thank you.
I'm honestly shocked at the explanation he's giving you, him and his partner and his lawyer. It's ridiculous. That's like, could not be more ridiculous.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Janine, who do we have next?
Tom, Mulaney, and Andrea.
Which one first?
Andrea, why don't you go? You're sharing on
Okay.
our screen.
All right. I'm a resident of West 26th Street since 1998. In the past few years, Community Board 4 and Community Board 5 has had as a matter of policy not to allow 2 a.m. on the weekdays or 4 a.m. on the weekend days on West 26th Street. When bars have requested this, they have been denied. This is partly in response to, as you are well aware, you know, the ordeal we went through with the Ainsworth. But I'm 100% shocked that this hasn't been brought up by the community board, because my understanding, and I've gone to numerous meetings, is this has just been an automatic matter of policy. I live on the next block. Where there are more bars than there are on between 7th Avenue and 8th Avenue, and every single one is going to want a 4 a.m. closing time, and that's going to be intolerable. Everybody knows that brings, you know, noise, crowds at 4 a.m., you know, and sometimes out of control behavior. So it's just those closing times are unacceptable.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Janine, you're next.
Tom is next.
Why don't you just come over here?
Mike, no blood, you have your hand up.
Okay.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, I've got a comment. I'm curious, you know, you've got the pickups destined for 8th Avenue. What are you gonna do about drop-offs? You know, this is a single lane of traffic on 26th Street. It is just the worst possible place. My vet was there, is there.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, just stopping for a minute in a cab or something is unbelievable there. I don't see how you're going to be able to do it.
I think it can work the same way, so that if you put in Uber the bar Rawhide, it'll ping for 8th and 26th, and you can be dropped off there.
Well, I would hope so, because it is miserable to get across 26th Street these days. The bike lane is just totally destroyed 26th Street, cross town. It's just a nightmare, right? And this would add to it. Anyway, that's my comment.
Thanks, Mike. Sorry, Nina, do we have next?
Tom is up next.
Go ahead.
The settings, yeah.
Tom,
Go to audio,
Tom, go ahead.
test mic,
It looks like you're off mute. Feel free to start.
test mic.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Do you hear anything?
No, I don't hear anything. I heard things before.
Okay, well, you can.
We can hear
use my
you.
computer.
Okay, hello?
We
Yes.
can hear you.
Okay. I heard things before.
Can you hear us, Tom?
Okay, I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Can someone, hello?
Yes.
Right,
Go.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I will proceed. My concern with this particular operation are the hours. And the concern is the precedent that has been set by CB4 and CB5 with no 4 o'clock closings, latest 2 o'clock, which is really improves the quality of life in this neighborhood. We have both CB4 and CB5 have held to these 2 o'clock closings on the weekend and 12 o'clock closings on the weekdays. And I would like to cite that the Crompton Inn, which is in CB5, applied for a 3 o'clock closing with Community Board 5 and were denied that 3 o'clock closing. And I would like to continue with this precedent because it really does work, and it has been something that
We can't
We
hear
lost
you
you, Tom.
anymore.
Tom.
both CB5 and CB4 have a policy. So that's my proposal. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just so we're clear, we do have a policy dating back about 10 years that says we will discourage full liquor licenses on side streets and late hours. However, we do not have any kind of absolute rule that we won't approve 4 AM licenses. As you folks know, we've been doing it. And in fact, the SLA has told community boards repeatedly that you cannot have a blanket policy.
Am I still on or
You have to
something?
look it up.
Somebody waiting for me?
Which is what we're trying to do.
I just have a question for the applicant, or maybe Don can answer this. Have you guys reached out to any of the community groups? And if so, what did they say?
Have we reached out to community groups?
Yeah, any of the neighborhood association, block associations.
We emailed every association that was on the CB4 list, all of them, I don't know, 20 of them or so. And we posted notices all over the block describing exactly what we're doing with our contact information. We were not contacted by anybody. We did not hear from the block association. If I can respond to just one point, if that's all.
Hey, John, just to finish that, we're doing a letter from the 26th Street Block Association in opposition. Sorry, Donald, go ahead.
Well, the only thing I wanted to say is because someone read a letter from who knows who, from something that they say happened on 20th Street. I mean, you guys know Bob and Rob. They've been in Hell's Kitchen for how many years? 12 years, 15 years you guys been there? And they've had a number of places there.
15 years.
15 years. And none of what you've heard, other than a glitch that they had 15 years ago, which they corrected very quickly. and learned from that experience. And I remember that well. I'm sure Frank and some others, you do as well. They have not had those kinds of issues. That's not the experience that we have. And they have 4 a.m. They have 4 a.m. in their other places. So they know how to operate. They know how to operate with late night hours. They've done it successfully. In every venture after they open HK, they've had the support of the community boards, of the block associations and Hell's Kitchen. So I just want to remind you of that.
And also to be on the 20th Street situation, when it was a new tenant who moved across the street. I've been there 15 years. She moved across the street. When that occurred, what I did is, and I was at the police precinct 2 weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. And I met with the precinct people. We do constantly. And we asked them, what can we do better, right? That's the location that we do a 3:30 close, and we volunteer that. And we work with them consistently. And their answer to us is, look, yes, this is the nightlife world we're in, but you guys are really good operators. I was very relieved talking to them. And we have each other's emails, contacts. We're always in touch with each other. So if there is an issue, what we do is we're proactive. I don't sit back and ignore anybody. We're proactive in trying to correct any issues that we can, right? And the reality of 20th Street, it is glass doors that open up onto, it really is a commercial district, but there's residential people now moving in over the last 15 years. That's the difference at this location. It's a metal door that walks out. It's a single 3-foot metal door with the vestibule all inside. So the idea is that this is going to be a much easier place to manage. And again, we're willing to do the stop selling alcohol by 3:30 so that we do a slow release for who's ever left over.
Just want to note that of the, I think, 5 letters in the testimony, 2 of them are not for this. So there aren't really that many in there. One's from Brooklyn and one's from Hell's Kitchen Block Association on another matter.
No, but in the folder now, I don't know if they all made it to the Dropbox, there are 8 opposition letters from people directly speaking to this, including one from.
I see 7, and 2 of them don't pertain to, one person lives in Brooklyn, and the other one lives in Hell's Kitchen.
I have a question. It says in the previous tips, what was there? I mean, it looks like there was a club.
It was
This is Brooklyn.
It was a horrible Mumbai thing in the, like, 2022, 24. I mean, it's an 2002, 04.
Right.
Which sounded like, I mean, that was long before my time, but it sounded like it's just a complete nightmare. I mean, it was supposed to be this sort of Indian art center, and it turned into a massive dance club. It was before the era of when you needed a cabaret license. Yeah. They didn't get one. I mean, we wrote, I don't know if you saw the letter, the CB4 wrote about it in the Dropbox, but it's one of the scarier letters I've seen about what's going wrong.
There's still people there.
Yeah. Right. I don't think I have all the letters, they're not all in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Janine, do we have other folks with their hands raised?
I would just like to reiterate, if I could, that the size.
Hold on. We want to hear from the.
We'll go through everybody from the community and then
It's not open,
we'll discuss.
Yeah, so Anna and Andrea put their hands back up. Sure. Oh, and Linda. I'll bring Linda over first.
Well, let's hear from new people first.
Yeah, Linda's the new one.
Hi, this is Linda, and I've just unmuted. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay, great, thanks. We understand that the club is underground, but we are very concerned there will be people on the street. No matter what they say, people coming and going will be on the street. And if we're talking about hours that most of us consider the middle of the night, there is going to be noise. And they have not addressed how they're going to deal with the noise of the people on the street. They say that nobody's going to be outside smoking cigarettes because their people don't smoke, but do all their people not smoke pot either? You've got a way for Ubers to drop off on the corner, but that's going to just be a shitload of cars on that corner, people walking to that corner, and there's going to be a lot of beeping. You have no way of preventing someone from trying to take a taxi to that location, and there's going to be taxis. It is there's only one driving lane on the street. There's nowhere to pull over. And there's just going to be a lot of noise. I have not been to any of their other clubs, but the pictures of their clubs that they have posted online show a fairly rowdy looking crowd, which is great for the patrons. It's just not good for the neighborhood. I have lived, first of all, I'm at 233 West 26th Street, right across the street, and no notice was posted on my building. That's just a fact. Nothing was posted there. The notice that went to the community board went like a week ago. So we've had very little notice that this was coming. The last club that tried to move in there was their application was denied. Before that, there was a club that was closed down because of noise. They broke the noise law. And then there was another club before that that was also shut down because of noise. So everyone that's been in there since I've been here, since 2001, they've all been shut down because of the noise. And so what we're saying is let's just shut this one down before they get a chance to open. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Janine, do we have anyone else who hasn't spoken?
No, just Anna and Andrea again.
What?
Should I bring them over?
Do you have anything new that hasn't been said so far? Andrea? Good.
Hello? Yes. What I wanted to say, can you hear me?
Yeah, just quickly then,
Okay,
please.
just very quickly. There was no notice posted on my building either. The email
Okay, hold on, just to be clear, applicants cannot post notices on private buildings.
Okay,
Yeah.
there was no notice emailed to us until last Wednesday? Or just right before Labor Day?
Look, what we ask applicants to do, which is all they can legally do, is put up signs at the location and on nearby
I live
lampposts.
right next to the location. There was nothing on the location. And the first email that we received was about a week ago, where a lot of people are away and haven't been able. In fact, I want to address the person's email that you have from Brooklyn. She lives on the 5th floor. She does not live on Brooklyn. She lives at 236 West 26th Street.
Okay, it's clear that people have found out about this and we have heard.
But not enough, because not enough time was given.
It's not a counting of people objecting. It's making sure we understand the issues, which we clearly do from the 4 or 5
Right,
reviews.
but one of the points that was made is nobody objected, and that's just simply not true. Everyone in my building, every tenant, every owner objected.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Can I make another point, or we could?
Oh,
Yeah, let me know. Yeah, let me know when I can.
Are we done with,
No, I'd like to say something. I want to understand the community board's position about the hours, because this is really alarming to me. Because what is going to prevent every single bar from asking now for 4 a.m. and it's going to turn our street back into a nightmare to live on?
There has not been a change to the approach.
Well, I'm talking about the current licenses. There's nothing past 2 a.m. on between 6th Avenue and 8th Avenue.
There's nothing preventing an applicant from applying for 4 a.m., 7 days a week if they so choose. It's up to us to listen to the community and make a decision on the hours. So they can put as whatever they want. We're gonna advise what we think is best for the neighborhood. That hasn't changed.
Okay, well, what do you mean best for the neighborhood? What's best for the neighborhood is obvious. It's what the current structure has been. And already we have incipient problems with certain, bars and entities pushing the boundaries, like having live music, keeping their doors open when they're not supposed to. But they've kept it right on the edge, so people haven't complained. But
Okay,
this is
thank
what's
you.
going to happen.
Thank you. All right, Janine, anything more?
No, no more hands.
Okay, so, Bob, before I go back to you, let's hear from the.
Yeah,
committee.
I do want to remind people that there, historically that has been a club. I hate to use the word club, but it's been there. Men for Men have been there. Before that, it's been a location. I didn't get the public assembly for 160 people. So whatever's been happening over there without a liquor license has had the body count up there for a long time with no restriction on hours. So it doesn't sound like there, it's been I don't know, but it doesn't. The landlord told me there hasn't been major issues there. Yeah.
From what we've heard, it's been, and supported by our files, it's been a complete nuisance going back to 2002.
The existing location.
Yes, in 2002 to 2005 seemed like a massive battle to get it closed down.
Yeah, that was a different. Yeah, that was from what I heard. What was not paddles or something like that. Part of that.
It was called Mumbai, and I think, as far as we can tell, since then it's only been unofficial places. But clearly the neighborhood is concerned about the location. All right.
I mean, I'm concerned from listening to the neighborhood. The two big concerns for me is the narrow street and the people who will be out on the street talking, or as one person mentioned, smoking. I didn't see in the application anything to comfort my concerns, and maybe there is something that could be added, like how many security personnel will be outside.
There is a long.
It does say.
I'm not sure, there's a 4 or 5 page security proposal. I'm not sure it has specific numbers.
I'm just concerned with it being patrolled often, not just from 1 to 4. I mean, there are concerns of, families living there. So I would need assurance that it was an extensive plan.
So the one thing I just wanted to mention, because I'm not all made it into the Dropbox, is we do have 3 letters of support from people who are in Chelsea, although not on the immediate block, as I can tell.
We have people on the block. One of them's on the block.
One's on the block, okay.
Yeah. 229.
I think the Wednesday is difficult, the Wednesday hour somewhere.
Well, it's Wednesday and Sunday too, right?
Wednesday, but Wednesday is specific.
I could do Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I guess what really bothers me.
I'm okay with that.
What really bothers me is the 1-9 street, because effect on traffic is actually one of the explicit factors in the 500-foot analysis that it's supposed to look at. And as I think Mike said, it's hard to imagine, once one car stops to let someone out, it's gonna delete parking before.
Yeah, that's the way it has been on 17th Street on 1 Oak.
Any of
That has been, but I mean, this in particular, I personally couldn't support that until beyond 2 o'clock across the board. It's a new quote unquote installation, it's a new operation. We'd start at 2 o'clock and see what happened, and then come back if everything works fine, then they can come back and then the rest
better
is
security.
Yeah, or they have the proper security, but the 2 o'clock would, and then we can see, but at least it's 2 o'clock, it's not 4.
And admittedly, it's going back 20 years, but we know it's been problematic location, even though it is in the basement, as they keep saying. Whatever was going on there back when it was this.
So that would be my proposal.
Are you okay with 2 AM? I mean, given what was
It's
in
not
there.
great, but if you have a club and it's not 2 AM, it's not, it's not a club anymore, right?
Well, and
Can I propose another suggestion?
Hold on, let us.
Oh, sorry.
I would prefer 11 o'clock, but it doesn't make sense for this type of operation, so I'm trying to find a place in between.
And it's in their best interest to make sure it's done with the tenants, so, or the people around,
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
come back.
I mean, I think what happened with the other tenants, though, they did a lot of things that were kind of
They did.
illegal, and it didn't
They
seem
did.
that they had the operating experience that Bob has. So that's why I would probably give this a chance, and to be truthful. People that are coming and going from nightclubs between 9 and 2 a.m., there's not really that much traffic on the street.
No.
You know, so I would be in favor of doing it, but not with the 2 a.m. on the weekdays.
So whatever.
Well, not with the 4 a.m. on the weekdays. And giving them a chance.
So you do for
I would
Friday,
do
Saturday.
Friday,
Four-
Thursday, Friday,
four-
Saturday.
I would say 4 o'clock Friday and Saturday, maybe holiday Sundays. When there's not something
Yeah.
on Monday, or there's a holiday Monday.
No,
What do you-
just
That seems
Sunday night.
reasonable.
Just Sunday nights, just Sunday nights.
Hold on a second. Anyway, Carrie, Mike, do you have anything more to add?
I would support what Ted just suggested.
Yeah, I can chime in for a second. I was about to do one of my rare disapprovals of an applicant that I've ever done. But I think I owe some I like the name Rawhide because I happen to have witnessed the tragedy that occurred 45 years ago. I was an eyewitness, okay? So I owe something to that name. And it's only because of that I'm saying yes to this, okay? But I hate the thought of having to go down 26th Street any time of day and being, having to stop, get stuck, all right? But it's that thing, and Rob, Bob, I think you know the story I'm telling you about.
Yes, of course.
I actually saw this happen.
Yeah.
And it's it's still with me. It's
Yeah.
horrible.
No, I appreciate that. And it really is the reason we're doing it. I'm being very honest. I want to bring back some nostalgia, some history. And I think it's important. I really do.
Well, I'm happy you mentioned it. That really makes a difference to hear it from you.
Yeah, thank you.
I wasn't sure if you actually were aware of it, actually.
I'm 62. I've been around.
Okay, well, I'm older than you.
I appreciate that.
Okay, good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think, if
What did you
ours,
want to say, Bob?
No, I Donald's going to speak. I think we're getting.
I think we hear what you're saying, and I think Ted and some of the others have come up with something that I think is reasonable and we can live with. It's not ideal for us, but we understand that we may not get what's ideal. So I think we can take 4 a.m. Friday and Saturday and close at 2 a.m. Sunday through Thursday.
Wednesday. Yeah.
2 a.m.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes, and the proposal was 4 a.m., just Friday, Saturday. Two questions for you all. In the vet that has been there is still there, correct? Like
Yes.
operational?
Yeah, and it is our landlord actually, is part of the, yeah, so he's aware.
Okay.
Yeah.
So aware and having music is not a problem, like, and having that quantity of people is not a problem for any animals who are there overnight?
Correct.
Like,
Well, yes, they've had, again, it's not going to be club music. It really isn't. I mean, I know we're tucked in the basement, but that's not the vibe of the place, right? Especially historically, it's a bar. It will have music, obviously, but it's not club level music. I'm not spending that kind of money on a system there. That's not what we're talking about. So
What
yeah,
is,
our landlord and I feel comfortable about that.
What is the distance between the pet veterinarian clinic in relation to yours? Is it above it? Is it below it? Is it on the side? Is there a gap in between?
It's I have to admit it's very confusing. I'm in the construction business and I can't figure out the labyrinth that's going on down there. So it's not directly above us is my understanding, right? So it's more towards the side. So when you see the entrances, the stairs are about 25 feet to the left of our entry door. So but again, our landlord has the experience with previous tenants in the thing. So he's explained to us that there's not an issue down there typically for anybody. So, and obviously I have a couple dogs, so I understand. I'm not trying to stress them out.
Your second.
Yeah, second was around There is a Bright Horizons at 258 West 26th, which is a daycare. Obviously, don't have overlap hours, just, is that a problem for you?
I don't think it's those
No.
school, it's just.
During the day and stuff. Okay.
Daycare doesn't count.
And it also has to be the entire building.
Right,
has to
and
be
it's
devoted to the purpose.
The kids get trained.
Yeah.
I just, I'm glad we dealt with the narrow street. That was a big concern, but apparently it was taken off the table by somebody who lives there. Putting that aside, could we get, assurances regarding security outside? I looked in the application. I do not see specifics. I mean, if somebody can get to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I speak?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, we have Hush on West 52nd Street. It's a street with the same kind of concept there. And we manage that. We've been there for about 5 years now. And I'll get a text sometime in the middle of the day from one of the neighbors that says, "Oh, do you realize your front door is open?" I'm like, "No problem." Text might get closed at like at 5 o'clock at night. They didn't want the door open. So I have a good relationship with the community. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to coexist as neighbors. And we do it very well. And so, yes, we'll have security outside. Everybody pretty much comes out for any kind of end of the night. Our security's function is to move them along as quickly as we can. So there's no issue. So, and I think you'll see that, yeah.
This is how many people are going to be outside?
It depends what we need. Typically, we're 2 or 3 security guards. Security guard quantity won't be an issue for me. I overdo it.
No, but I just answer the question.
I would minimally.
outside?
I would say on exiting probably 3. What
Okay.
we do is we
So
move
can
everybody outside.
stipulate that, right?
Yeah, we move everybody outside to expedite. Yeah.
Right, but we don't want cars stopping and honking, that's
That's the drop off.
Correct.
It's not pickup.
So we
Correct.
The
can't.
drop off is a
Right.
big issue and you can't do anything about that on 17th Street. It's just was.
So you have to encourage your clients to only get out on 8th Avenue and walk back.
Yeah, we have the same issues at the locations everywhere. What we do is we post on our screens at 3:30, respect your neighbors, please call your Ubers at this location. We really do everything that we feel we can physically do.
I think we are
Yeah.
saying something else, excuse me. We're saying
Let's
for the
pick
people
up.
who come and drop off guests.
Yeah.
How do we manage that they don't drop off in the street, they drop off at the corner?
Our job is to go to Uber and have so when someone puts in their location, they're going to say Rawhide, that it'll drop them off on the corner. That's what our plan to do.
We can also post inside. Listen, it's going to be hard to stop them the first time, to be honest with you. If they come with a friend or their grandmother's dropping them off or something, But we can post and we can have security inform them. Do us a favor, respect the neighbor. Next time you come, we have a good time. Please get off on 8th Avenue and walk over.
Yeah.
I think that's where a security guard outside can be helpful too.
Yeah,
Because your Uber is taking you to the spot, so you see it's right there, you're gonna say, "Hey, just stop, let me out here," everybody
Right.
does that. But you're gonna, having a security guard out there that says, no, you gotta move along.
Yeah.
Especially as people are trying the process.
And the good thing is I'm trying to bring a location back to the community. So I'm not anticipating, what we call destination. A destination. I want it to be a place where the community is going to come to as much as a destination. So we have 27th Street train station right there. So we're hoping it's a lot of foot traffic.
And we take the phone.
I mean, in their defense, I live down the block on 20th Street and they've been a good operator. I don't live directly across, so I can't speak to that noise exactly, but we don't have crazy crowds. We don't have cars, like the crowd that's going to Boxers is actually so much better than the 21st Street crowd.
Correct.
That's at the Bounds and the Taj and the Parade that's getting cleaned up. So I think the hours will help a lot, but it's a very different crowd, actually. And I don't see anybody outside.
As a patron of your place.
Yeah.
They have lots of security at Hush and at Boxers. It's like, I'm not concerned about
I'm
security.
not worried about them, yeah.
And
Especially if they're in a tunnel and they're.
All right, so the changes would be, and Donald and Bob, make sure you're okay with this. The hours would be changing Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday from 4 AM to 2 AM. So the only 4 AM close would be on Friday and Saturday. And then we have an additional stip that says Applicant will utilize security personnel and Uber location services to encourage patrons to enter and exit taxis and cars on 8th Avenue corner.
Yeah. Does that sound right, Donald? Everything we said, right?
Okay.
All right.
Second. All those in favor? Online, okay, all those opposed? All right. Everybody.
Hey, thanks for your time and thanks for everyone coming out.
Guys, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for your support.
Thank you.
What was it?
Thank you. Next up is 300 West 44th Street, ICNY Times Square. Owner LP and Highgate Hotels LP.
Hi, this is Donald Bernstein. This is my application also. This is the Intercontinental, which you're very familiar with because you used to have your meetings down there years ago.
Yeah, you gotta take it back.
Yeah, I remember after the meeting, I used to love going to Two Boots Pizza on 9th Avenue. I think they're gone now too, but that was that's what I used to do after our meetings. The hotel is being sold. The new owner is Highgate Hotel Group, which is partnering with another group of owners, and Highgate will be managing. Highgate has either owns or manages about 20 hotels in New York. They manage about 80,000 rooms nationally. They are very experienced and have been around in the New York market for decades. Nothing is changing. There are no material physical alterations. The name of the hotel is going to stay the same. The operation is going to stay the same. No one will know that anything has changed. So the way it has been operating will continue. It's been a hotel for, I believe, 15 years. It's been licensed since 2010.
Okay, thanks.
Do we get our meeting room back?
Put it in a stipulation.
Such a good
You
location.
know it's recorded, right?
Yeah.
It's an excellent location. Excellent
A
location.
meeting room with notepads and pens. I miss those.
Any other comments besides? Want to be back in there? No. Janine, do you have anybody online?
No, no hands.
Motion.
Second.
Third, those in favor?
I
Gary, I don't see you on the screen right now.
I'm an I. Sorry.
I know. Awesome, thank you. All right, that passes.
Thank you.
Next up is 367 West 36th Street, Young Inc.
Yes, I'm the attorney for Qingyun Inc. The company doing business as Dongbei Restaurant and Bar, and this is a small food-focused restaurant with a full kitchen. And the alcohol service will be secondary to dining. And here I want to make a correction on the application about the number of dining tables. The CO occupancy is 25. Our dining table is 8. The dining chair is 20. There are 4 additional seats at the bar.
Sorry, you said 8 tables and 20 seats?
Yes, it's 8 tables.
And 20 seats?
Yes, 20 seats.
Okay, and do you have you said you only had a service bar, but you have a bar where people can sit?
Yes, there's 4 seats at the
Okay, so
service
you
bar.
it's actually a stand-up bar with 4 seats. So you only have one bar, right? The one bar where 4 people can sit?
Correct.
Okay.
The hours of operation will be Sunday to Thursday, the 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday to Saturday, the 11 a.m. to midnight. This is
That's not what is on the application, right? Oh, yeah.
You just said the
sorry.
closing hours, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, got it. Okay.
Okay. I think this is what at least Brian's here for, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Brian Weber. Many of you know me, public member on Community Board 4.
Brian, if you don't mind, why don't you stand up here, so.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because the speaker.
Oh, the owl?
Right.
Okay. Hi, I'm Brian Weber. I'm a public member of Community Board 4. And I also am a resident of 36th Street and chair of the 36th Street Block Association. I'm here with several tenants from the neighboring address, which is 369. The applicant's address, just for context, which is 367, butts 369 and is embedded in a portion of the other neighboring residential building, Lawful Building, at 367. Here's the thing, we are excited to have this space occupied. The hours that they're asking are perfectly reasonable. However, there are certain issues that have presented itself in the building over the year and some concerns about the actual space they're in, which may have occurred before the applicant took possession of the space. So I'm gonna leave it to the tenants to discuss the maintenance and repair issues that are impacting quality of life conditions. And we're wondering if that could be addressed in the stipulations. And then just standard, we do have questions about a sidewalk enclosure during winter months. That specific section of sidewalk is very narrow. There are tree planters there and it abuts the city bike stations. So there's concern about having anything protruding into the street during winter months. We also have a significant transient homeless population, and they will utilize that potentially for shelter. And the other issue is delivery bikes, not so much at night, but during the daytime hour, they were fairly robust to go business, which is great. But we're seeing a lot of Joco and third-party delivery apps waiting on the sidewalk and waiting in the city bike station. And we're wondering if management can do anything to assist us with that, so we don't have that clustering there. But I do have several of the tenants here, and I think there's one online.
Okay, so just so people, you might have seen the layout of the photo, this is a one-story building that the restaurant's in, and it does sort of extend into one of the residential buildings. There are two residential buildings on either side, and as I understand, they're all, the building that houses the restaurant and the two residential buildings are all owned by the same landlord. That's sort of the situation, and we're happy to hear from any of you, please. Welcome.
Hi.
And be gentle, because I've been begging my block association members to come testify.
Okay. Thank you, coming first. We don't see live people too often, so it's a big change.
Well, I'm excited about live people too. My neighbor Pasha is sitting in, I think, limbo. He can hear us, but he can't speak.
Yeah, he's raised his hand, don't get a little photo there, you already moved over at appropriate time.
Okay, great. So I'll just start out. I have pictures. I wish there was a way to just project them, but
We can pass them on.
yeah, you've seen that first picture of the building, and so if you can see, there's two entrances to Don Bay. One is currently papered over, which is on the right. And then they're using a door right now that's on the left, and that is pretty much right up against our front door. Throughout this period of them being open as a restaurant, they've been making delicious food. I can recommend it. They've been very nice people, and there's also been an issue with city bikes. There's a station here clashing with e-bikes from all the deliveries that are going on. It's also a place that collects trash. It's now a sidewalk. There are some very nice trees there, but they get, people sit on them and then they smoke. And it's right outside our door, so I do have concerns about there being the addition of you know, alcohol or beer or whatever with orders and then accelerating business and more crowds. Sometimes I open the door and I think, whoa, you know, and I see people kind of bottlenecking and having trouble getting through. So there's that concern.
Well, I don't think that the alcohol is actually not gonna change the delivery situation because they can't sell alcohol for delivery, correct? That's my understanding. So it would still, that might change the on-premise clientele and popularity, but it would not. It's not really a factor in the delivery piece.
There's a space with a for rent sign next door adjacent, east.
Right, saw that.
Was there any interest in taking that over, or have you looked at it or plan on expanding?
So this is, sorry, they're asking you,
That's not.
okay.
So actually, so the concern there is that that space used to be an unlicensed cannabis store. There's continually work done by the landlord in these spaces. And there was a concern that there was an expansion into that space. And we just wanted to clarify that's not occurring. Mr. Chen, are you familiar with the space? It's the shuttered metal roll down door that is on the east side of Don.
Yeah, I guess the question, Mr. Chen, is your client staying in the premises they have now, or are they expanding? Do they have any plans to expand into the adjacent space?
Right now they don't have the plan to expand the restaurant.
Okay, thank you. All right, so yeah, that's just what. No, there's okay, so that was one.
Okay, so we have the storm enclosure and the delivery by city bike issue, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
That's what I'm saying, sorry.
So the storm enclosure adds to the congestion on the sidewalk.
But you don't have a picture, right?
No, they don't have it yet, because I just opened.
Just get it
But
open.
he's being, proactive, yeah.
Right.
Do they plan on having a storm? I don't see an application.
That's what I say, yes, I believe,
Did they?
but we can talk to them about it. No, they said no.
I said no, but that doesn't.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean that they're not going to do.
Well, let's get that off the table. Mr. Chen, we're hearing that using what we call a storm enclosure here would be very congested on the sidewalk. You know, those plexiglass
Vestibule.
booths that people put up around their front door in the winter to sort of keep the cold air out of the restaurant. Does your client said they're not gonna use one of those, correct?
Yes.
They're not gonna use one. It's
The application had indicated that they are not going to use one, but we just want to clarify that. Because the sidewalk is narrow.
Because, yeah, what we're hearing from the
They
neighbors.
use one.
They're gonna use a storm enclosure, so just that vestibule. That restaurants and stores use often in the winter to keep the cold air out. On the application, they've said they're not going to use, it's called a storm enclosure. On the application, they've said they're not going to use it, but we just want to clarify that that is correct.
Yes, that's
That is-
correct.
No
No.
storm enclosure.
Yeah,
Great,
no,
okay,
you're
so we're hearing from the community, it's a tight sidewalk, especially with the delivery bikes, it adds even more congestion. So then adding that storm enclosure would be yet another issue on the sidewalk, so that's great. We just
Okay.
would prefer
I
not
just would
storm
like you
enclosure.
to, would like you to impress on your clients that they absolutely will not do it. Right? Because what happened is then the vendor of those things come around and people say, oh, that's a good idea. So they need to know that it's not legal unless it's only 18 inch.
All right, but so you'll make sure your client understands when winter comes, they can't use one of these things, okay?
Yes,
All right, thank you.
sure.
Yeah, a couple other things, so there's a couple of pieces of equipment that's on the roof of this restaurant that exists, and they're creating some problems with our quality of life, and so we're hoping to have those addressed.
What is it?
Yeah, one is a very large condenser that is right outside my bedroom window, and I have pictures of it here. It is loud. It leaks. Water collects underneath it, and it's generally unpleasant to have by us. I don't know if it's been serviced or if the sound can be minimized somehow, but it is a problem.
How long has it been there? Was it installed by this restaurant?
No, it wasn't installed by this restaurant, but it's fairly new.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's been serviced since when it's been serviced.
Have these issues been brought to their attention before?
Yeah, I've mentioned it to them. The problem has really been overshadowed by the other problem, which my neighbor Pasha will address.
Okay, so why don't we keep a list? Why don't you tell us what they're all about?
Okay, so it's this condenser,
Okay,
which is noisy.
and this is on the roof of, so it's sort of on the second floor, on
Yes,
the roof of the
yeah.
one-story building.
You can actually see it in the front, in the facade, you can actually know that's in that shot, but it's.
Yeah, I see that, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
There's that condenser, which is loud and it drips. And it's fine, and you can.
Yeah, that's the brown thing on the side.
Right, you know, something's wrong with that. It is just dispersing the most disgusting smell. Out of the top of it. I don't know if it's been serviced, but something has to be done about that, like it's.
So the problem is when it comes out the top, it's not,
I can't diagnose it,
Okay. but it's theoretically going up the side of the
Yeah,
building.
New York State Health Department
Thanks.
requires that those be serviced annually.
I think what should be noted is that there was considerable amount of work done on this space pre-pandemic to open a restaurant there. And when pandemic came, the place has been sitting vacant for a number of years. Thankfully, restaurant is open there, but you know, it's to be determined. I don't know if the restaurant's been open for what, 2 months now, 2 or 3 months. The neighbors are seeing issues with condenser, leaking and.
Okay.
So
Thanks.
might be still out of service.
All right, did you have anything else?
Yeah, there was that and the congestion on the sidewalk that is a problem now.
Okay.
That there's got something has to be figured out about it. The congestion with the delivery, the e-bikes.
Yeah.
I can't get in my door sometimes. I've seen the mailman struggling to get past everybody. They're hanging over.
Okay, great, thanks. Sir, did you want to speak? You're.
No,
Okay, all right, I think this.
Yeah, we have somebody who said with one hand, I think, up.
No, no more hands. I think that was Pasha that had their hand up.
You can bring Pasha over.
Yeah, I did bring them over.
Okay, great.
Okay, hello.
Yes, hello, we can hear you, go ahead.
Everyone can hear me. Thank you so much. I am a tenant next door to the restaurant. I lived there for 28 years, and the entrance to the restaurant is literally 2 feet away from our front door. So it's really, really right next door, right? And as you walk out of our front door, there is congestion, there is these bikes. I ride bicycle myself. I bring bike downstairs from upstairs and bring it, and I'm having a hard time to get through. Then there is a garbage there. Then there is also the city bikes block everything. You feel like you're completely enclosed. You don't know where to go. And, and now the restaurant operates until 11 a.m., right? And until 11 p.m. So now they're trying to extend it until 12 a.m. So this is sort of like my first immediate concerns that's happening right now. And then also there are people smoking in front of our building because, you know, it's kind of, these buildings are inseparable almost. There is one door you open and then there is right next door is the restaurant's door, right? So all this activity is happening just over the last couple of months since the restaurant opened. And this is first point. Second point I would like to mention, I did speak to the owner twice on 2 occasions. And because our building is next door, so the roof of the restaurant is just below the side of the windows, below my apartment and below Marsha's apartment, my neighbor. And so there is a mechanical equipment there that emits hot air that shoots up, straight up, and then goes into my windows. It creates noise. So I spoke on one occasion.
This is the air conditioning unit that we were just talking about on the.
I think so. It's the same air conditioning unit. And so, you know, I wanted to, this is a new neighbor. We lived there for a long time. So I just wanted to say hello. I went down there. I talked to the owner. I said, you know, something needs to be done about this. And so we kind of shook hands and everything is okay. So, and it's been maybe a few weeks ago, first time I spoke to the owner. Then, you know, nothing really changed. But my main concern actually with with this business right now is that there is an exhaust duct that comes out from the roof of the restaurant. And it goes up and to the side of the building, it goes up more. And this duct emits really unbearable strong smell of fried oil and food and heat and smoke. And it just literally, it started when the restaurant opened. It was sort of semi-mild, I would say. But over the last 2 weeks, something either happened, something either broke, I don't know what's happening. But at one point I left the windows open, I came back home and it smelled and it smoked and I wasn't sure what was going on. I thought maybe I need to call fire department. Then I'm realizing this is the smell of the oil, burnt oil from the kitchen that's coming from below. So last 2 weeks, our building, I have 8 windows on 3 sides. I cannot open a single window. I cannot breathe inside. I have a health condition after long COVID, so it's respiratory issue for me. So if I cannot open windows since 8 a.m., approximately 8 a.m., 9, I don't know, and then until 11 and even later. I have to keep all my windows closed. Even through the closed windows, the smell comes in.
What floor do you live on?
I live on the 4th floor, so it's 3 stories up, 2 stories and then my floor, right? I had nausea, vomited, migraines, you name it. It's really, really unbearable for me. So it's a real concern. I also spoke to the owner about it. And we shook hands and everything. And so that's all sort of I wanted to express that now I'm because, you know, I'm counting the hours when I can open the windows. And now it's going to be until midnight. So it's really, I feel very strongly about this. So please understand.
Thank you. Janine, is there anybody else?
No, no one else.
Okay.
Isn't it the rule that the exhaust has to go to the roof?
Well, that's what I was asking. It sounds like the problem is that it's when it's coming out. I think, so if you look at the photo, the building on the right, it exhausts to the roof of the building on the right. The building on the left is taller. So I think that's some of the problem.
No, I think it's broken in the middle.
You think it's perfect? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's broken in the middle and it goes out.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, the vent that's up on the side of the building has been up there for years and years, so the brown color is
Right.
best.
All right.
So I think
So,
that's.
wait, let's have a professional question. Are we gonna try to work this out, or should we see if they will postpone a month and try to meet with, because we've got,
Yeah.
these seem
I agree,
very,
yeah.
these seem sort of technical issues that,
Right,
at
a minimum, that
Yeah.
may involve a landlord.
yeah.
As well.
Mr. Chen, can we talk to you for a second?
Sometimes, but usually not.
Yes.
Hi,
Mm.
so as you've heard, I think there are some serious operational issues that involve both your client, the restaurant, and the landlord of the building. This kitchen ventilation sounds like it's a big problem. The air conditioning unit is, would you be willing to postpone a month and come back to us in October? And in the interim month, have your client and the landlord meet with these residents and try to work things out? Because it's we're concerned about these issues, particularly the kitchen ventilation. But it's sort of a little hard to work them out in the abstract here. So I think what would be great is if you would postpone and agree to come back in a month, and in the interim month, have your client meet with, these residents and with the landlord. Because it sounds like the ventilation system is just not working. It sounds like maybe the air conditioning unit needs to be serviced to make it quieter. But we don't want to sort of impose some answer on you when you might be able to work on something that makes sense to everybody. So what do you think? Would your client be willing to do that?
Yes, absolutely. We will I take notes for all the advice from the neighbor community, including reduce the noise of the AC, repair the exhaust duct, and keep the entrance clear, and remove the bags, keep the bags organized before the restaurant. So we want to address all the problem.
What we're asking is, can you postpone this application for a month and meet with the residents and make all these changes, and then hopefully we can see in a month that things have improved? Was your client willing to do that, to wait another month?
Okay. I will talk with my client.
Can you talk with them tonight, or?
Can you call them?
Yeah.
Can you call them now, and we'll move on to another application and come back to you?
Yeah, because we're going to look to not commitment, but results, right? So you need to start fixing things in the next months.
Okay.
Okay, but let's do this. Can you try to reach your client now and see if you can postpone a month and get these things fixed in the next couple of weeks, and meet with the neighbors, and then you come back to us in October, and we would vote on the liquor license next month rather than tonight. Can you see if they're okay with that?
Okay.
Okay.
So
we'll move on. We'll move on to the next item on the agenda. Then when you come back, just raise your hand and we'll come back and talk to you then. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Great. Thanks.
All right, so the next up is item number 10, 690 10th Avenue, Who Dance the Living Room. Is the applicant online? So feel free to come on off of mute or
Yes.
raise your hand.
Hi. Hello. Hi. How are you? I am Cesare Evangeli from Italy, and sorry for my English, my terrible English. She's Robin, my friend, and she's ready for helping me. I was hi. I was a dancer for many years, and now I am a chef, and I am ready for food dance. One word, 1D, breakfast and to go. This is for the front.
Kevin，
but in the back.
那个
But
有些事情今天
Wait,
Janine needs to, yeah.
he was always
Yeah,
a
I
chef, by
mean-
the way. Yeah. And but in the back, we make the speakeasy. The name is the living room because I like the vintage style, and the speakeasy is the small room, not small but medium room, and for 20 people, and with the piano for with the live music, soft jazz, only for the weekend. But for the week is a regular soft live, no live music, but music, jazz. And I am ready for open the bakery for make cornetti, cappuccini, and Italian food, and lasagna for lunch. And I wait for the liquor license. I hope I can open the my dream speakeasy space.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
so we have a couple, so I guess this has not been previously licensed. I guess it was something called Body Workstation before. And we got a couple emails from the block associations. Elka Beers on West 4748 said he met with them, but they are concerned about soundproofing the space in the back since it's never been licensed. And then controlling patrons gathering on the sidewalk and street. And then the 4954 Block Alliance said they requested them to postpone until they could meet with them, but they said they couldn't postpone. And basically, I think are asking that they postpone, particularly given the 2 a.m., 4 a.m. closing. But maybe we have people here who are gonna speak to that.
Any questions to the committee before we move online?
I did have a question before we indicated that there was a patio. Is he gonna be using that patio?
Do you plan to use the patio?
It's just like a line.
It said outdoors, not applicable.
Yeah, it says containers contained in the rear patio.
Yeah, are you gonna use any outdoor space for your business? Anything customers can sit in, backyard or anything?
Are you going to use backyard?
Excuse me.
Are you going to use any backyard space? Backyard.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I think the obvious issues here is that it's live music in a place that hasn't had anything before. There's tenants living directly above. There's no sound report, there's no, I'm guessing no soundproofing in there. So I wouldn't vote on this tonight unless they came back next month.
What do you?
I am ready with the sound control, and I have the letter to my technique for the noise.
Did he do a reading from the tenant's apartment directly above?
Can you repeat that, please?
I said, did he do a sound test from the apartment directly above? So we know how many decibels are bleeding into the space.
Oh, did you do a sound test?
Yes, I can text, but no now because the sound controller is ready, and they're made the
So what does he have to do first?
He needs to get this, I mean, he should reach out to the landlord and do a sound report, which should be submitted to the community board. in the person's apartment directly above. So we can know
Oh.
how loud we can go and what kind of materials they'll use to soundproof the ceiling. Cause right now, we don't know if it's soundproofed or not, and how much of a disturbance it would be for the tenants.
In other words, there are people you can
Alright, so-
hire. There are people you can hire.
So you
do
have
this
to have
work.
it. You have to have it you have to have a test first before you can do, before you can.
Yeah, I can make, because now is ready. I can make the test. Yeah.
You have to have it done by a
Okay.
person.
Yes,
The
yes.
test is first,
Yeah,
and then go to the,
I am ready,
Well, hold on a
but
second.
now is ready. They're made, but I can ready for test.
yes, but and then he has to submit it to the other board. Is that the case?
No.
But now, hold on 1 second. Let's see if there's anyone else who wants to talk about this. Janine, is there anyone with their hand raised about this?
No, there's no one from the public.
Okay, I mean, this is what we would suggest, is that you, and it's what the applicant before you just did, or probably is gonna do, that you agree to postpone a month and come back to see us at our next meeting on whatever that is, October 14th. And in the meantime, you hire one of these acoustic engineer firms, and we can give you, there's a list of names the city has. We can point you to that, and you would hire them to come in and basically study, you know, whether, how much you're gonna bother the people upstairs, if at all, and what you can do about that. And that you do that in the next month, and then they will do a report and you come back to see us next month.
Okay, yes, yes. I have close the neighbors to bar. I have the Peruvian Mexican bar and the Brazil bar with the music, and yes, I can test my sound. And but my live music is very soft, because I won't like make jazz and very romantic atmosphere. I won't like make, but yes, I am ready for this test.
Okay, but you'll have to hire someone to do this.
They
It's
want
not
someone
something
to
you
say,
do yourself.
you have to have the paper.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
And
of course.
you'll wait a month and come back,
And it needs to be done from the bottom. It
Yeah.
needs to be done.
okay,
from-
once at a time. You'll come back, you'll postpone and come back next month?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and when he
Thank you.
does this study, he will, you know, you'll have to contact the people above, in the apartments above him, so that they can test for noise up there,
Okay.
Okay.
okay? And
Yeah.
Janine,
Yes.
can you send the applicant, the link from the city's, list of approved, acoustic engineers?
Okay, I'll send you.
Okay, looks like Mike, did you have something to say on this? Mike?
I think the applicant may have dropped off by mistake.
Okay, Mike, did Mike have his hand raised?
He may also have dropped off.
Not my fly.
Yeah.
All right, well, hopefully they'll come back and we can just
Right,
confirm that
yeah,
they know that they're, we postponed to
Right.
November 10th.
okay.
Okay. All right, Mr. Chen, are you back with us? For item number 8, 367 West 36th Street. Mr. Chen, have you had a chance to talk to your client? If not, we'll move ahead.
Yeah, he doesn't have his hand raised.
Okay.
He just may not be there.
Okay.
Okay.
Move ahead to number 11, 742 9th Avenue, Pride ETM Group, Inc.
Is this the code 57? This is the corner 50/50.
That's where the boxes used to be.
Yeah.
On the
Yeah.
north end of Fort White Plaza. Frank, hello, are you here?
Andy Carlick is on for Pride for 742.
Okay. Andy?
Hey Frank, how are you? Can you guys hear me? It's Frank Palillo.
Yeah, okay.
And Frank, I saw you hitting that button, dropping applicants off. Don't do that to me.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and talk about the application a bit.
Sure. Paul, you on?
Sorry?
Is it Paul Fogarty?
Paul Fogarty, yes.
Okay, I'll bring him over. Okay, he's joining.
You need who are you moving over?
Yeah, I just brought him over. Should be on soon.
All right.
You got me now?
Yes.
Hello, Paul.
Perfect.
So Paul, I was asking whether you wanted to introduce our project or you want me to?
You can.
I think it's better if it comes to me.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry.
It's okay.
I've been sitting here since 6:30. Pretty good show. My name is Paul Fogarty. I'm one of the owners. Andy is on there as well. My partner in the venture. What we're trying to do in that location is bring it back to kind of sports bar themed with a full restaurant. It's quite a large location, first floor, second floor, and rooftop, and previous tenants there and stuff like that. It hasn't seemed to be successful, shall we say. So a combination of a restaurant, lounge, and a bar that fits that neighborhood is what we feel is going to work in that space. It's been vacant, I think, for 2.5 to 3 years at this stage. And it's taken us 4 or 5 months to get to this point with the landlord, and then to work with the architects and to see what we can actually do in that space, since it's already half kind of built, and how we can work around what the issues were during the building and stuff with the building department. And I definitely know there's been issues as well with the previous tenants who were on before. So we've kind of addressed a lot of that stuff even before we knew there was any issues with this location. And I'm happy to answer any questions if there's any.
Okay, so Tina, Ted, and I visited this. It's a 2-story building with a rooftop that is basically across the street from some of the residential units in the Worldwide Plaza building, which is that big residential complex on Ninth Avenue between 40th and 50th. Paul and Andy, when we met with you, we asked you if you try to reach out to that residential building. Were you able to reach anyone there?
So I did go over twice. I got the name of Chris. So on our side, on 50th Street, there's a doorway there. We dropped off flyers, nice little stack. And then we got Chris's number, who's a member of the whatchamacallit there, the board. And then I went there a couple of days ago just to follow up. And I was told to go to the other side, what would be, I guess, 49th. And I left my name and number there. And I haven't heard anything. I assume they're on the call here as well.
This is the old Boxers building.
This is the Boxers building.
Yeah.
But Boxers only used to be 1 story, so and the roof. After Boxers closed, the owner of the building evidently, or I think this might have been originally a joint venture with Boxers. They built the 2nd story of the building and then a roof on top of that. But it's sort of completely unfinished now. I think that
all those apartments were there. Is it still like that, where they kind of looked on top of the?
Well, there are 2 things. There are the sort of buildings to the north of it that look right down on the roof. I think what they've said is they reached out to those people, but it looks like it's mostly transient tenants and not full-time residential people. But I don't think they've been able to reach everyone there. And then What I just asked about was the thing across 50th Street. Maybe you wanna see, why don't we see if we have anyone here to speak, and then we can talk with ourselves. Janine, is there anyone here who wants to speak about this?
No, I'm not seeing hands.
Okay, so we got a few emails, as you probably saw, from the 4954 Block Alliance, who said that the applicant contacted them in mid-August and asked, and the Block Association asked that they adjourn a month. So because the Block Association was gonna meet in August, they're not gonna meet until, I think, a couple weeks after this. The applicant told them that their landlord was not allowing them to wait any longer. To either sign a lease or work this out, so they felt they had to go forward. But we're still hearing concerns from the Block Association. We can hear from Tina and Ted about the roof itself. Historically, it was a big problem when boxers first started using it, which I think is why the Block Association is so concerned, because they were in the middle of this, and it probably took years to work out. Finally, what we worked out with boxers was that there's gonna be very limited capacity up there. Everyone had to be seated in service, and there's gonna be security carefully monitoring the capacity up there. I don't know if this actually happened, but the few times I went, it was, but I understand it didn't happen all the time. But the theory was supposed to be security was gonna count the number of people up there and only a lot more people up, until the capacity was met. But it did seem to quiet down in the final years of boxers that, once, we got this latest set of stipulations. But Tina, Ted, what do you think about the whole thing or the roof?
I mean, I'm concerned about how much more of an occupancy it's gonna have, and one of the things that we did discuss on there was seating. They wanted to have a bar on top and not just a service bar, which Frank brought up that asked if they wanted to change that. He also said something about having a dance party, as having a dance party with headphones, which we were kind of discussed a little bit, that we had concerns with how many people that would be. So I think, I'd like to hear a little bit more about what they really intend to do on the rooftop, because it sounds like we got a little bit of mixed messaging. From having a dance party to having limited with people seating in the bar, so I would probably want to know more about that. Did we get any notification from the Block Association on any stance that they had on it, or?
No, they just wrote back and said, we're concerned because of the past history and. We want them to come to our meeting in September and postpone. There was a bit of back and forth. But as of the 23rd, they said, we understand the landlord's requesting that you meet with BLP immediately, but it's important to meet with the community first. We've had issues with noise and overcrowding, doors being left open. We have all these open issues. The applicant wrote back the same day, we'd like to meet with you and any members of the community, discuss their plans and answer questions. I think that was the end of things.
I mean, I think that I would be a little hesitant to vote on it tonight, to be honest, because it's a little bit contentious. They didn't meet with the board, and one of the things that you asked them to do is to meet with the co-op and not just drop off flyers for the building across the street. And it doesn't sound like they did that other than handing out the flyers.
I think he said he just did, right?
He said he dropped off flyers, but do they have a?
No, I think he said.
No, what I actually did was, sorry guys, excuse me, I actually walked over there twice and I've stood outside my building at this stage for 3 consecutive days with a table, handing out the flyers and notifying everybody. I have no problem bringing this back up again with the community in October. Not an issue whatsoever. What we discussed on the day when we met on the roof, because it's obviously a big issue from boxers. I gotta stress, I don't operate my businesses like them. You just had your meeting with them. They seem to have a lot of complaints from previous. Doesn't work with me. You've got to get ahead of whatever complaint or issue you're going to have running a business. Obviously, we know what they are in that space now. The rooftop is huge. We did discuss, they have it out here. I live in Long Island, Massapequa, Nautical Mile, And they had it for years, noise complaints after 11 o'clock. And one thing they did was like a silent disco. So that was just an example. We're not going to do a silent disco on the roof, but how it actually works is you put headphones on people, the music plays to that. So there is no music and there is no talking, right? So it was just an example of how you can control the noise. But we're actually doing on the roof, 2 or 3 things have changed since Boxes was there. The roof space is smaller. You have 2 fire exits either side. On 9th Avenue, you have a double staircase, goes all the way down. And on the 50th side, double staircase all the way down. Plus, you have an elevator up there as well that takes up space. And in our plans, we have taken up X amount of space for storage. Seems to be a big issue in the city. So I don't leave so much space on the roof to begin with. We're going to do a soundproof barrier all the way around the edge on 50th and 9th.
Well, I don't want to interrupt, but
Yep.
the concerns we have is we still don't know if anyone in Worldwide Plaza has actually gotten notice that this is happening. I thought you were gonna try to reach the condo or co-op board.
Yeah, I've walked, not to cut you off, I walked over twice and the name I've got is Chris. The guy looked on the board. I've called, I've left messages, and then I did leave just a stack of the flyers on their with their doorman on both sides of the building. So as I say, if there's a way of getting in touch with them and bring them on board for October's meeting, not a problem, not an issue.
Well, are you willing to postpone a month and come back in October and meet
Right.
with the?
Frank, I don't mean to interrupt you. I apologize. We were mandated to meet with you by the landlord. We were only mandated to meet with you. So there's no reason why we can't hold it over till October.
Oh, okay, I thought you didn't want, okay, so I think that'd be great, because I think if you meet with 4954 Block Association, they will help you get in touch with the right people at Worldwide Plaza.
Yeah, but I don't think they have a meeting till like the 3rd week of September. Do you know if that's true, Paul?
All I did was reach out. I've got nothing
Yeah,
back.
but
Well, this is already
the date.
the 2nd week of September, I think their meeting is next week. But anyway,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, if you're, Frank, the key thing is to try to figure out if the people in Worldwide Plaza have a view on this.
I just texted my friend at Worldwide Plaza, he says they haven't heard it.
They haven't heard, okay,
But that's one person.
that's one person, all right. So I believe, I haven't looked at these emails again, I believe the Block Association's meeting.
But I think,
Interesting, good.
yeah, I think between now and then,
When
I
did
think it would be helpful, between now and then, right? It would be helpful to have a much better plan for what's happening outside. Something which is crisper and well more, on the roof, I mean. So so that everybody get comfortable with how is the roof going to operate? And whether there are risks of, sound leakage.
Christine, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Frank.
I just wanted to ask, Christine, did you have the date? Did you mention a date?
Yeah, the 4954 people are meeting on September 24.
September 24.
But I will reach out to them and ask if they have any way of contacting the Worldwide Plaza folks and pass it on to you.
That would be helpful.
But as Christine said, I think, as we said, we've heard, and Ted said, we've been hearing various plans about the roof. But I think we'd really like something concrete. What's the capacity gonna be? Is there gonna be a bar up there or not? We prefer there wouldn't be. Is everyone gonna have to be seated? And when the seating capacity is full, you won't let anyone else up there, all those sorts of issues. All right?
Frank,
Yes.
before we move on, Alan has his hand up. I'm gonna bring him over.
Who does?
Alan Roca. He just
Okay.
recently raised her hand.
Sorry, who are you moving over, Janine?
I brought Alan over. He had his hand up for this item.
Who? We can't quite hear you.
Sorry, Alan Roca or Rocha?
Yeah, hello? Yeah,
Yes.
hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I am a resident in the building next door, 744 9th Avenue. So I've lived there for about 4 years. I live on the 3rd floor. So I've experienced the construction that happened after Boxers closed. They raised the building another story, and then it's been vacant for, as you mentioned, like a couple years or so. The noise was pretty bad during the construction, but we did get notice from the landlord and the Department of Buildings because that was not a small renovation. That was major. So we did get notice on that. From what I know is that this building was recently rented out by Meridian, maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago, or very recently. I'm aware of that. And then, I was walking by on 50th Street and I saw the signs that they were applying for this liquor license. So I mean, I didn't hear everything, like whether they're going to go for 4 in the morning or not, because, I was waiting on this topic for a while. I have, obviously I have concerns because it's going to be louder than it is now. And the building.
Yes, so Alan, they've agreed to come back to our next meeting in October, and in the interim to meet with any neighbors that want to meet with them. So if you'd like to meet with them, I suggest you send your email to the community board office. The people who sent you the notice about tonight's meeting, and send us your email and we'll put you in touch. Do you know there are other people, how many people live in your building? How many units are there, do you know?
Yeah, so 744 has 14 residential units, and then it's also the Boxers space is also abutting with the building on 50th Street, that I guess has the French restaurant. So yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, you could send the board office your email. We'll put you in touch, and then maybe you can either tell the applicants how they can reach the other people in your building, or if other people in your building want to talk with the applicant, you can do that over the next month, and hopefully they'll hear what issues you have and what solutions they're proposing, and maybe we can work things out. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Do you have you can also get the community board's email on our website if you don't have it directly, but if you just send us your email and we'll put you in touch with them.
Okay, all right, I'll do that. So like the next meeting is in October, right?
Yeah, the next meeting will be on October 14th.
14th.
So we're not gonna do anything tonight. We're gonna wait and hear what let everyone try to talk things out and work out any issues. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All
right.
Guys, I'm sorry. Guys,
No, wait, sorry, we'll come back to you in a minute.
I'm sorry. I left for my phone. I died.
Yeah, just wait a second. We're in the middle of something else. We'll come back to you in about 2 minutes.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Frank, are you we okay?
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next month.
Okay, and I'll see what I can do about getting you contact info.
Please. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Go back to number 10.
Yeah.
So number 11 then postponed to next month. And then we'll go back to number 10.
Okay, hi.
Oh, go back.
Yeah, go back. Yeah.
So I think before you dropped off, we were, I think just wrapping up and talking about the next steps where So just want to confirm that you understand we'd like a sound study. And Janine from our office can provide you with information about this. The acoustic engineers that are certified by the city who would perform that sound study. And very important to us is making sure that it's tested from those apartments above. And then you come back next month, our next meeting is October 14th. And it would include that sound study, so we have a better understanding about this, capacity for music in that space.
And because the block association kind of wanted you to postpone, I think it's a good opportunity to reach out to them and try to meet with them as well. They're gonna be busy on that block association.
Does that all sound okay? Does that all sound okay to you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you
And,
so much, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Noble, I see your hand up. Is that on this item?
It is. I guess we were all cut off earlier on this item. I just want the applicant to be thoroughly well aware of the fact that he's got to go out to this independent organization to do this test for him.
Yeah, so we're gonna
It's good
send.
because so many times people are sort of shell shocked by the whole thing. All right, so you
Right.
got to do it. You got to do it quickly, and you got to pick it off a name off a list that the city provides as approved engineers for this. Right? I mean, you're aware of this. I hope you're well aware of the magnitude of this thing. Are you?
I think,
Okay.
we've shared with him and
Yeah.
we're gonna follow via email as well, so that he knows that he has to select from one of those city approved.
It'll be a city approved list.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
So
great.
we'll send you a list. There's like 100 people on the list. You can find one, you hire them, you tell them what you want to do, which is test whether your space is soundproofed. They'll go upstairs to the neighboring units, the people above, see what the sound is like, and then make any suggestions about what kind of soundproofing you need to do so everyone can live together in peace.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank
Got
you.
it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you next time.
Grazie.
Okay.
Do we have anything from Mr. Chen? Are you still on? You're still here.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's not hearing very well on the other end. His connection's not great, so speak up.
No, that was just people reading.
All right. Mr. Chen, when you're ready, just raise your hand, please. Do you have an update from your client?
What do we have a suggestion of what we can do?
Yeah,
I don't think he could hear you on the other end. You have to speak up really loud.
yeah. Mr. Chen?
Carrie, do you wanna try? Sometimes you're.
Frank, you have the loudest.
I actually, we can hear you pretty well.
Okay.
Mr. Chen, if you have spoken to your client and you're ready to come back to us, just raise your hand or put your camera on. Otherwise, we'll continue on and come back to you again. I think he's not ready.
Okay, thanks, Carrie. All right, moving on to our DOT, dining out sidewalk and roadway applications. Number 12 is 268 West 23rd Street, Brony and Bell's Pizzeria. It's a sidewalk cafe application.
This was visited by, I know, Jen and Alan.
No, I visited it.
Oh, this one you visited, okay, so.
Yeah, and they have a legal roof, long bar tables, and they have completely covered the Siamese twin connectors so that you have to, if it weren't on the map and I weren't looking for them behind the doors, they have these French doors that fold back that are solid, and they closed and they fold over the Siamese twin doors.
But is the drawing accurate?
No. So that's the
not?
first part, no,
The
first part.
drawing, because the drawing shows the Siamese To the side.
Yeah, she has 5 feet from what they want to do.
Well, that's not true. The Siamese twins are, do you see where the next building is? That line that shows the division between, that's where the Siamese twins are.
Okay.
This 5 feet is not the door, it's 3.5 feet. And it's just, they have an inside bar set up. So you open these French doors and the whole thing is open, it's like a garage.
Right.
And then they have this interior bar that's sort of like a food truck, they hand you stuff, you give them money. Their entrance, which you don't even go in because it's closed off, it's blocked. Because that's where the cash register is. Which is what their door is, because they can fold it up and walk in and out, is 3.5 feet wide. And the French doors cover the Siamese twin, so they're folded back and they're solid, so you cannot even see the Siamese twin. Then there are, on each side, there are 2 very long rectangle tables. And there's no door in the middle, and the drawing that's here won't work if they're opening the French doors the way they do now.
Let's see, now, Janine, is anyone here from this applicant?
Because the door to their restaurant is above the cellar door, so it's way over to the
So
side.
it's not in the middle.
No, it's not, there's no door, it's not even a door, it's.
Like a garage door.
Yeah,
Right. But so.
Wait, hold on. Janine, is anyone here from the applicant?
It's here.
Oh, no, she's.
If you're from this applicant, number 12268 West 23rd Street, Brony and Bell's Pizzeria, can you please raise your hand?
This is their.
Or come up with mute.
It's a French door.
Yeah, I don't think anybody is on for this one.
Right.
Okay.
If the applicant's not here, it doesn't matter if we deny it to the DOT. What do we do?
Well, we can deny it, I
So you
mean,
can't see
we
that.
just,
And then
the
this
DOT
is
phone
the-
asks us if
So there's
we've discussed it with the applicant, if they agree, so we just say we have, to let it go.
But then don't they
But
always
it's
just approve it?
What?
anyway? Don't they always approve it anyway?
If they change, yeah, if they
But
change,
that's
and then
what-
this.
Well, the issue is if it,
But this is what is proposed. Yeah, but this is what they propose.
What they propose.
So we approve what they propose.
If that's what they do, see them.
Right, they're not here to negotiate. There's
Right,
nothing else that
Correct, so you
do.
can't see that, that'd be fine.
No, I see that this is an issue.
Mhm.
What I'm saying is that, we can't do anything else than approve what they propose.
and are we okay with what they propose?
But they also have an illegal roof that's coming out, that's illegal, that roof in
What?
front of their.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
what?
it doesn't show, this is like an awning.
Well, it's hard plastics, so it's a whole roof they have coming out, it comes out like 5 feet. It's
So if they were here, we could talk to them about that, but they're
Right,
not
that's
here.
what I thought.
Right?
Well, we have until October 10th. Were you able to talk to anyone there?
No one could give me anyone, I can go back, if we have a contact, I can call them,
Well, we have a contact.
I'll call
At the
them,
top of the application.
I'll try to reach out to them tomorrow.
Oh, wait, the contact is from someone at Artichoke Pizza, which is a big operation.
Which one?
The contact on the DOT form for this place is Artichoke Pizza. And Artichoke Pizza, at least one time, had locations all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't see where you see artichoke.
It's on this restaurant details page.
Yeah, I
It's,
can forward you their contact information because I have somebody who is emailing with me.
Well, then
I'm
you
surprised they
can
didn't
bring
know.
in Linker.
If you
can
send me
an
that,
email,
yeah.
You can send an email.
I'll reach out to them tomorrow.
Because clearly they need to remove the old
Everything
awning.
that's, yeah.
And then they
Agree
need
to
to
do-
comply with the
Correct.
stuff, right?
All right, so, well, what sort of vote are you suggesting that
Subject to. right?
subject to that?
Subject to them removing
The awning.
the awning of their hard awning, right?
Uncovering, agreeing to.
And agreeing
Signage prints,
to do
things
the plan they are
uncovered, yeah.
proposing, which sound pretty ridiculous.
Can we do that though about the awning when it doesn't really relate to the sidewalk seating?
No, the
Is it-
awning,
It's
the
the-
hard awning on the sidewalk is not permitted.
Yeah.
It should be soft.
If the drawing is wrong, they're not great.
Well, we don't know whether the
If
drawing
they
is
do
wrong.
what the drawing says, that works, but what is
But
there
it's not
now
5
is
feet from the building
completely not
entrance.
there, there is no door.
So can we, what if we just said, okay, we're gonna chop off these 2 tables, so they have their 5 feet, cause this is the right, and give you 2 tables and.
No, there is 5 feet from the building.
There is 5 feet, if they do
Yeah.
what's on their drawing,
So
but.
that's the assumption we have to take, is
Yeah.
that they give you a drawing, they're going to do what is on the drawing,
Mhm.
right? And then we'll have to complain.
Right, and we'll have to ask them to
Yeah.
remove the awning and uncover the sign
Right.
once they were covered by their French
Right.
doors.
Okay, so wouldn't the motion be that, we, in this case, we'll reach out to them and see if they will bring their operation into compliance and agree to adhere to the diagram.
And we will.
And if so, we recommend
And
they
remove
remove
the
it.
awning. Yeah.
And if so, we approve, and if not, or if you can't reach them or whatever, the recommendation will be.
Then we did approve at the
Right,
meeting.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
that's good. Motion, you want a motion?
I
well,
make
wait, Janine, anyone here wanna talk about this?
The only thing that I have concern about is the sign and awning is a DOB issue, it's not a Department of Transportation issue.
So
No,
that
no,
again,
the new sidewalk thing, it's.
the sidewalk
says-
thing is very clear.
Yeah,
is that
you cannot have
You
that,
cannot have a hard,
the new
But
sidewalk.
isn't that Department of Buildings?
Not
Yeah,
anymore.
that's in the, yeah, maybe it's other places. Is in the outdoor dining.
Mhm. Carrie, were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna make a motion to approve with the stipulations that I heard.
second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Yeah,
All right. Passes with stipulations, and thank you for reaching out to them. Next up is number 13, 111 West 17th Street, Cheryl's Kitchen, another sidewalk cafe application. I went by this one, Alan went by this one. We have the applicant here as well.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how are you? We didn't find any issues with this. My only call out is that, it is a very, this is a very, very small sidewalk cafe. It's 2 tables. The measurements have to be basically dead on in order to have that 8 feet of clearance to the tree pit. And so if you follow the rules and the plan that you put out, that would be fine, but if that type table migrates closer at all to the front door, you won't have the 8 feet of clearance, so. The plan is correct, but that would be my only call out, it is very, you don't have much wiggle room there, so. That's my only word of caution.
Yeah. 100%
I
true,
mean,
yep.
the position of the tables are diamond in their pictures, so they have to be flat and flush like they're drawing.
yes, go a little further in the drawing, yeah.
Yeah. That's just.
It's very different.
and, so I think, we asked you to do, fill out the stipulation form. That form with all the questions. You still need to do that so we can, vote on your liquor license. You want to extend your liquor license to these tables, right?
And that is because there's only 2 tables and 4 seats, right? So, and it's a small restaurant, so it's very hard for us to say, you can get a glass of wine for like that 2 tables. And it's gonna be a big challenge for me to go through that licensing. Then I would stop serving liquor outside. That's just, I don't wanna go through, because it's only 2 tables. It's not like.
Yeah, no, believe me, we're sympathetic, but the state liquor authority is requiring everyone under this new program, if you get a sidewalk cafe license, you have to get an alteration to your liquor license or not serve liquor. So what you're saying is you're gonna choose not to serve liquor at the tables, right?
Correct.
Okay, and if you change your mind, you can always, file a notice. Just give us notice that you wanna change your liquor license, and then we'll have you come back. And, you'll have to go to the SLA, but I know it's a long expensive process, so I understand why it may not be worth.
I don't
All right.
think it does worth that process for that two tables, honestly.
Yeah. Okay, so our vote tonight is only about the DOT portion that's gonna allow them to have the 2 tables with 4 seats, but they won't be serving alcohol at the.
Any questions? Janine, do we have anyone online?
No, no one.
Okay, I heard a motion. All those in favor? Great.
Okay, one question for the applicant, though. You also have roadway dining, right?
All right, that's another question I have from you when you get a chance.
Yeah. Sure, now's the time.
Because that got approved as well, because it was like a month or 2 months ago, I came to the same, but that is my question is, so if I want to serve alcohol there, and then what is going to happen with that setup? I haven't done it yet because
It's the same process, and you could do them both at the same time. It's on the SLA's website. You basically have to give notice. What you're gonna have to do is apply for an alteration to your liquor license to expand it to the roadway and the sidewalk. And then there's a form on the SLA's website where you give notice to us that says this is what you're gonna do. You'll send that form to us. We will send you the paperwork to fill out, and then you'll come back to us maybe next month, maybe 2 months, and then you'll go through the process with the SLA. But given that you have, the roadway as well, I think it would make sense now for you to do the alteration and extend, but you can do them both. You don't have to do them separately. It's one alteration to extend it to the sidewalk and the roadway. Okay.
And I believe like the season is almost over. So I'll do that process hopefully by next season. I'll have both.
It's actually better for you to wait because the FLA is going to want you to be approved by the DOT before you go to them. So I would wait till you get final approval for the sidewalk and the roadway, and then then you can go to the SLA. And that's, as I said, it's pretty clear on the SLA website. But if you have any questions, reach out to the community board, and either Janine or I will, or Wendy will help you with the process. Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Pleasure. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Mr. Chen, just checking in on you.
I texted him also on the number here and he didn't respond.
I don't think he's here right now.
Checking the pulse.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, item number 14, 77th Avenue, Green Blend, Sidewalk Cafe license.
So I went there with Alan and, something that made very wide, sidewalk, measurements match, what they submitted, the issues.
Okay, great. Is the applicant here from 77th Avenue, Green Blend?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello, everyone. Yep.
Hi.
Good evening.
Great. Well, it sounds like everything's good. Any questions from the committee?
Yeah, I want to, are you using the rear yard or anything like that, or is it only the sidewalk?
Yeah, we have a backyard as well. Yeah, we do have a backyard, and yeah, we would like to use a sidewalk, but it will be a very little cafe just with the 4 tables, again, just to bring some more attention to the new restaurant.
Okay, have you already been using the backyard?
Yeah, we're using it right now. Yes.
Okay, because I'm not sure, did you ever present the rear yard to us?
Do I ever present what?
Did you ever come before the community board with, what happened when you applied for your liquor license? You came to a meeting?
I think there is a confusion. So we're not planning to apply for any liquor license. We just a health food restaurant, just smoothies and burgers. So there's no liquor license. We're not planning to do it anytime soon. Yep.
Okay.
Just a couple tables to get some more exposure on the street.
So there's no liquor anywhere inside?
Correct. Yeah,
You're all right?
no,
Okay.
no, it's health food restaurant, 10 p.m. shut down. So
That's funny.
Great. All right, do you need anybody from the community with their hand raised?
No.
Okay.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, perfect. And that passes. Thank you. Thanks for coming. All right, on to item number 15, 239 West 14th Street.
excuse me. So we're done with the green blend. I'm good to go.
Okay,
Yes,
you're good.
you're
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good night, everyone.
approved. Thank you.
Bye.
It's unbelievable.
So number 15, 239 West 14th Street, La Nacional roadway application.
I also went there with again, wide sidewalk on 14th. There was nothing there at the time. They basically put down everything. So the measurements matched, and there were like these keg and planters, like with the tree, but they were in the street. So that wasn't really in my sidewalk parameter, but just wanted to note that that's probably not supposed to be there.
There's a lot of this.
A lot of furniture.
Sidewalk.
Well, that whole structure is gone.
That's all done. Yeah, the
Yeah.
structures are all done.
That structure next to the stoop is gone.
But I can see on the picture all the pots and plants
They're
are on
They
the
were on the
sidewalk.
street when we were there.
Oh, on the street.
Yeah,
But
They're
here
on
they're on
the
the sidewalk.
yeah.
The question is are they the tenants or are they the restaurants? Because it was a little
Right.
confusing.
Who knows?
Well, we
Well,
have
is the applicant here?
applicant is here.
I'm here. Yes, can you hear me? Hi. Okay, so yeah, we La Nacional just celebrated its 100th anniversary last month. We've been around as a society for 158 years. What's nice is it's a community-run restaurant. It's a nonprofit, so there's no owner. Regards to the plants, when we built our structure last year, which was actually cited in photos by the New York Times and Crane's magazine for being one of the more beautiful sites, we had a lot of plants. And the truth is that we've been going a little, we don't want to kill them. So we've been playing, maybe when you came, it was like a moment where one of the inspectors came and said you couldn't keep it in an amenity zone. And then we're like, well, what if we put it in the street? And he's like, well, that's not up to me. And it's a big plant. So it's like, we're going to have to kill this beautiful tree, 2 or 3 of them actually. And so, if you guys tell us we have to kill it, we'll kill it. But for now, we're just trying to figure out a way to keep them alive.
Well, what are you doing with the sidewalk space? Do you have any, this is for your application tonight's for the roadway, right?
That's right.
Okay, and is your sidewalk cafe currently licensed in any way, or are you using it? Do you have one?
Where we have it the Sidewalk Cafe, but it's on private property. It's on our property.
Okay,
Okay,
and can the plants go there at all
yeah.
on your private property piece?
They're huge plants. It would take up just about the entire space. But yeah, we could. I mean, basically, if that was the option, we would just get rid of them.
Well, we're not doing anything with the sidewalk, so it's not we shouldn't even be discussing.
No, we're not.
plans.
No, we just,
So he can leave them where they are.
Well, no, because what's going to happen is that they are going to leave them in what is called the furniture section, which is illegal. So if they put it in front of the roadway cafe,
Yeah,
On-
there we go.
well, but they are on the sidewalk. And they are not supposed to do that.
On the street side by the roadway cafe.
Right.
Yeah,
The
both
reason-
ends. You could put it on the ends.
Right. That's why we built them in the first place. And it was really just to protect the diners. So they're big planters. And on the bottom, they have big stones. So like if a car crashes into our roadway dining, the car's going to get more hurt than the people
So
sitting down and eating.
Why don't you want to put them into your roadway cafe?
That's what we would do. So right now, until we get that done, it's kind of sitting in the street. And that's, I think, what you saw.
That's fine.
Do we need them to create new plan, like submit new plans that show that?
No.
It seems like the DOT wants everything within the structure though, and they're not showing on the plan.
but I
Yeah.
also think the DOT doesn't.
I don't think that.
Yeah.
To be
So
honest, guys, last year we had them And the DOT did come all the time, and they never ever cited the plants once. In fact, they said and they acknowledged that at least it does actually help keep the dining area safe.
I think it's.
And they're beautiful. I mean, they're big, beautiful trees.
So the planters would be within your roadway structure, right?
On the
They're
outside.
gonna be on the outside of it?
Right, on the outside protecting it.
As a buffer on the ends.
That's
Just
right.
don't put it by the manhole.
Would they still be in front of your establishment?
Well, probably not.
That's
One of them, yes, but the other one is not, and the one on yes would be, you have to leave the manhole empty, clear, right?
Right.
Yeah, we think that there is a way, because I think it has to be 1 foot, maybe it's 1.5 feet of
Right.
clearance. We think that there is a way that we could have the planter there where it still gives 1.5 feet clearance for the manhole cover.
I think that's excellent.
Okay. Do you need any comments from the community or hands raised?
No, no hands.
Motion.
Wait a second, so this would also be for the SLA alteration, because they did
Right.
fill out the STIP form. So this would be to extend it to the Sidewalk Café and
The roadway.
roadway.
But wait a minute, no, the sidewalk cafe, we don't have any drawing, right?
No.
But now, because it's on
Oh,
private.
it's on private property, right? But isn't it licensed already?
Yeah,
The
there is.
sidewalk cafe?
No, we don't. Yeah,
If
we
it's on
don't.
private property, it doesn't need to be licensed.
It does.
Right.
But they might have done it originally.
So,
Right, so we don't need a license for that. That's
oh,
right.
you know, okay, cool.
Motion to approve.
Second,
All those in
Sorry,
favor?
guys, Miguel has his hand
Aye.
up. He's been here the
Oh.
whole time, so.
Yeah,
let's-
sorry, I'll bring him over.
Megan is.
Hard to see, I know.
Yeah, the sidewalk car was licensed back in 2016. We're calling it sidewalk.
Thank you for recognizing me. I just want to say that this establishment is a staple in our community, and they've been one of the best restaurants we ever had. They're even affordable for us. Many restaurants that come here are not even affordable for our community. So I'm full support of whatever they're asking for. That's all I want to say.
Well, thank you for sticking around for a couple hours to say that. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I enjoy being at the BLP. You guys are the best.
You can come and join our committee if you like it so much.
No. I like just to listen and give my opinion.
Okay, thank
Thank
you for
you.
hanging in there. And I always appreciate someone saying something nice.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now we're not done yet. We've got to figure out what we're doing about,
Jen.
yeah,
The chair.
367 West 36.
Did he drop off?
He disappeared.
He is not here. Yeah.
He went to South America.
I don't think he quite understood what we were
No.
saying.
I think he understood the postpone though.
Yeah, he did understand postpone. He thinks they're postponing.
Well, we gotta decide something here in case he doesn't.
Same as for the other. The pizza place.
So what were we saying? Can you recap what we said?
So, yeah, so there are 4 issues with this place that are more structural than liquor license related.
I see.
It's the storm enclosure, it's the sidewalk congestion with the city bikes and delivery
Yeah,
bikes.
then the two.
The venting to the roof of the kitchen exhaust and the air conditioning unit on the second floor on the roof above the
So
restaurant.
I guess what we should maybe suggest that we do is we say we deny unless all those things are taken care of. And then that's the position.
Well,
Then we call them and say,
Our first
you have
position,
1
our
month.
first position is that they postpone
Yes,
with anyone
yes.
interested and come back in October. And if they don't, and then we'll tell them, I think if
That's
you
it.
don't do that, our vote was to recommend
That's what-
denial because of all these.
That's what I'm
all these
suggesting.
violations.
Yes.
Right, yeah, that works. Okay,
Okay,
vote motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
good.
And then Mike,
Yeah, aye.
Okay, Should, now, would you folks, do you folks wanna be in contact, we'll need your contact information. Oh, is your contact information? Just put an asterisk by it if we can give it to, and we can give your emails to the applicant and they'll reach out.
That's great.
So we will try to communicate with them. Ideally, what we'd like to happen is for them and the landlord to meet with you, your neighbor who's on, by email, by Zoom.
Yeah.
And try to figure out how to fix the exhaust, fix the AC, come out to plant the sidewalk.
I don't know that the bike is going to be fixable.
Well,
Because, there are, all these people are just coming. So it's, I mean, when they are not going to have a cop out there moving them around. So I just want to.
No, it goes on.
on their application that they will do that. It will trump.
Yeah, but
That's that hurts.
I'm just saying, be realistic.
All right.
I think if we get the.
Yeah, because we,
Cost and
you know, yeah.
and the other thing, that'd be very.
Because we, on Ninth Avenue, we have the exact same problem. There are, like, around from 42nd to 45th, there could be 100 bike people waiting around.
Right.
Completely blocking everything, so it's not unusual to do your block. All right, thank you. Okay,
Motion to adjourn.
yes.
Good night, everybody.
All right.
Everyone, have a good night.
Thanks, Judy.